MSA Sports in our coverage of the WPIL Boys Golf Championships from the Yonkee Country Club, and we are with the winner of the 2012 champion, Matt Barto of Leechburg. Congratulations.
It feels really well.
You technically become the very first ever WPIL Class AA champion, because before the small schools participated in the Division II, so this is sort of a historic victory.
Yeah, that's really neat. I didn't even think of that.
You got something to tell the kids and grandkids, right?
That's cool.
Let's talk about your performance here at these championships. You were in the first group. You went out, I guess, at 9 o'clock tee time. You had success over the last 2 years in these championships, finishing in the top 10, tied for second last year. So, I mean, was your goal coming in to come away with the gold here today?
Absolutely. I mean, I figured I've worked so hard. I figured maybe it was my time. I would just play really well, and thankfully I did, and it all worked out.
What was your best asset today in going into this course? You had a chance to practice here, I'm sure. And everybody that we were talking to kept saying, you know what, this course, because it's not a long course, as long as you played smart and keep it in the front part of the green, you'd be in good shape. Is that what you did?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the greens are really severe back to front slopes, and if you would just hit a good tee shot and make sure you place your second below the hole and have an uphill putt, and make sure that you didn't whack that one past the hole, you were pretty set. You would make a lot of pars doing that. And I drove the ball really well, and I didn't really. I got above the hole a few times that I didn't want to, but I can't complain. It all worked out.
Your coach, I assume, is standing here. If there's a part of your game that you really are strong at and a part that you need to work on, what would you say those parts are?
My strength is definitely probably driving the golf ball. But my weakness is probably my putting, because it's streaky. It's either right on, or sometimes I'll go like a few holes I'll putt well, and then a few holes I'll just have a disaster, and it gets in my head. So a lot of times it's pressure putting.
But in winning the championship, 1 over par, Matt shot a 73. In winning the championship, you must have done pretty good. You didn't implode on the greens, right?
I did everything pretty well for 14 holes, and then I bogeyed 15, 16, 17, and I was flustered. I figured that may have cost me it, because I had a good round going. Figured if I'd make all pars coming in, shoot under par, I could have it locked up. But with that kind of finish, it scared me a little bit.
Yeah, you finished strong on 18?
Well, I only had 40 yards in, and I ended up making par. I missed like a 6-footer. So, I mean, it was slippery though, downhill. I got above the pin. Like I said, you don't want to do that. And it just wasn't the same over the last couple of holes. I mean, you can't get fortunate all 18 holes, you know what I mean? I guess my luck kind of ran out, but it's okay.
Matt Barto Jr. at Leechburg High School, the 2012 WPIL Class AA Boys Golf Champion. Again, you've come close. You win the gold here today. Now what? I guess qualifying, getting into the States, and having a shot at state gold.
Yes. This year or next year, I would love to give States a run. I mean, if it's not this year, hopefully I can just go out there stronger, a better player next year. I don't really expect to win States next year, or this year, but I expect to do very well and show that I can compete at that level, and hopefully get better next year, possibly take the title.
The first group to tee off, thus the first group in, you post the score to beat right off the get-go. You were a nervous Nelly though, waiting with each group coming in, weren't you?
I always am. You can't assume anything. Seriously, I know there's good players out here, and I know that anyone could, make a strong comeback if they're a little bit behind. But I mean, yeah, that's really nerve-wracking. I'm always that way.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Matt Barto of Leechburg, the junior, wins the 2012 WPIL Boys Class AA Championship on MSA Sports Center stage.